Okay, when Kate was in our thoughts, it was extraordinary because I never knew his mum could get pregnant. She had a problem with um, her kidneys, and she had dialysis and all of that, and so it was it was weird that he came along. It was like insane when he was watching me while I'm making a video.
Hello there.
It was upsetting that he didn't go away because I'm making a video for him for his autobiography.
Why are you now? Why, thank you.
Yes, yes, he's thanking me right now. Oh, yeah. All right. Can I go back to what I was doing?
Sure thing, mate.
Okay. All right. So, it, his mother had dialysis and from renal failure, and we didn't think she could get pregnant. And but luckily enough, we got pregnant. And when we went to the what do you call it? Uh, that thing, ultrasound. When we went to the ultrasound, we went there and we found out she was pregnant and all of that. And we found out about the sex of the baby. And it happened to be a boy. And I was very happy, extremely happy. And uh, on the way home from the doctors and the ultrasound, I was screaming out the windows, going, "I'm having a boy, I'm having a boy." And to which his mother was very embarrassed, even though nobody could see her. She's in a car and we're driving along, but very embarrassed. I don't know. Her mum was in the back seat, so, that was kind of weird. And so she was embarrassed in front of her mum because of Cade's father. So that was one thing that happened. Then, after a very short pregnancy, um, she she had complications with the pregnancy because of dialysis and stuff, and so she was in the hospital for the last 2 months of the pregnancy, and so uh, I would go in there every single day after work and stay there till about 9, 10 o'clock at night, and then go back home, sleep, and then go to work the next day, and then repeat. During this time, we actually moved house. I moved house with a couple of my mates. They helped me move house, and uh, then, oh, after I moved house, um, Renee would come home on a Sunday once a week while she was in the hospital. And Renee, Cade's mum, would come home with me on a Sunday morning, and we would hang out there all day and watch movies, make it, you know, a little bit more normal, one day a week, hanging out with your boyfriend or partner, you know, as you'd do. And we'd hang out. And we started figuring out, you know, the what's going to happen when he's going to come, painting the baby room and all of that sort of thing. Then one Sunday, I planned to come in and to take her away, but then Cade decided to uh, come out into the world. So Renee and my plans were thwarted by this son, and the son being Cade. And we decided to go and uh, proceed with the pregnancy. Yeah. And so we're sitting there at the hospital going through contractions and all of that, and we moved out into another hospital room, and I asked his mum, you want the TV on? And the nurse said, oh no, TV's not going to work because you haven't got this. I'm like, I figured out, I know how to hack into the TV. We're going to watch Big Brother. And we watched Big Brother, the first series of Big Brother, and while we were doing the whole pregnancy thing. Lo and behold, Cade decided to calm down. And he calmed down and then stopped. And then the whole pregnancy stopped. That was it. It was over in that evening. Would have been about maybe 8, 10, 12, something like that. It just stopped. So I went home. Okay? I went back to work the next day because that's what I do. I work, and my son, he works all the time, if he can. And so I went back to work, and then about 10 o'clock the next day, I get a call, I got to come in. And so I jump in a Jaguar because that's the only thing that's available for me to get to the hospital because they're saying come in. This is after his mum has done dialysis because Cade's very courteous, very courteous. He did not stop or intrude on his mother's health and let her have dialysis before he came into the world. So what happened was I came in, and then it took all day. And then around about 5:25, around about then, he came into the world. Oh yeah. Before that, I had the water break on my feet. I was wearing shoes got completely soaked in, the pre-birth, the water, completely soaked in the hospital room. It was hilarious. But at 5:25, sun came in the window, and then I heard the screaming voice of my son when he came out of his mother to me. It was fantastic. And that's the beginning of Kate's autobiography. More to come.